speed. You get the end hero guarantee, the one you can trust, with heavy drops to hit, and heroes in the house, and we don't quit.
Hey guys, and Hero here, and I still don't really have a dedicated place to do these videos, but it is what it is. So, this all started because I wanted to revisit that old $300 Fortnite PC, but as I gathered parts, it started to evolve, devolve. Well, at half the price and with performance a grillion times better, it just became its own budget PC build. Now, if you saw the title, you know I got down to 150, but honestly, if I were really frugal, I could have had it at 100, but I want to make it at least look decent. So, starting with the GPU, I brought back the $12 GTX 1080, and you can see a dedicated video I made about it up there. Sorry, no up here fans in this build, but real fast, it has a base clock of 1607 MHz and a boost of 1733 MHz with a memory clock of 1251 MHz, all on a 256 memory bit bus, as well as 8 GB of DDR5 X VRAM, blah blah blah, TDP of 180 watts, and requires a 450 watt PSU. Though I used a 430 watt PSU today, so no big difference there. So, once again, I have the 4770K, one of the top consumer Haswell chips. Every time I have a Z motherboard that can overclock, I don't have a K chip. Every time I have a K chip, I don't have a Z motherboard. Such is the life of budget builder who more or less pulls a Moon Knight and goes, random bullshit go. So, the Intel i7 4777K, this chip was launched all the way back on June 2013 at an MSRP of $350. Got this in a CPU, motherboard, and RAM combo that totals around $15. I got it at a good deal, I believe. Like all classic i7s, it has 4 cores and 8 threads, which is the bare minimum of cores and threads here in 2025. It runs at 3.5 GHz and can turbo up to 3.9 GHz with a TDP of 84 watts. Any modern $20 cooler should be able to cool it well. This has probably been one of my better priced performance machines, and a lot of Intel here from Intel motherboards, CPU, and even SSDs. And a CB cooler with an LCD display for temps and usage is pretty neat, especially around $20. One more thing to note, I bought the case on sale at $49.99, but they managed to have it take a roundabout trip from California to Texas back to California before finally just refunding me. So I ordered it a second time, just at full price, but that's like $53 something. So it's not a large difference, but I'm counting it as the sale price since I did order it at that price, and would have been here if it had shown up on time. So I have this system on Windows 10 still, which honestly is better suited for a system like this, since it lacks TPM 2.0, and trying to install Windows 11 would cause some games to not launch, like Valorant. To help out my system, I used Atlas OS to debloat Windows 10 just to squeeze out a bit more performance for a machine like this. I had to find a Windows 10 version of it, since on the Atlas OS site, it only has the Windows 11 available right away, and I couldn't find the Windows 10 version on there. Speaking of squeezing out more performance, I also disabled Spectre and Meltdown protections. If it's free performance, it's free performance. Also, in Afterburner, I didn't have much knowledge of overclocking GPUs, and with the PSU being only 430 watts, I was going to do anything too crazy, but I did bump up the fan and power percentages to max, so it'll try to perform as best it can within its means. One more thing, just listen to probably the best feature of this motherboard. Alright, like always, we'll do our synthetics benchmarks real fast. In Cinebench 2024, the GPU score is 3667, the multi-score 253, with a single score of 55. Moving on to 3D Mark, Firestart gets 15,025. Time Spy gets 6,359, and Steel Nomad with 1,598, and if you want to know PC Mark, 4,896. I don't know what happened, but I accidentally benchmarked 21 games. There are so many free games out there that most people with a PC with a budget like this will probably be playing a lot of those games. Hey guys, before we start the video, I need to make some money, and with that said, check out Poggers at poggerslifestyle.com. A fun brand featuring everyone's favorite Pepe Frog, offering worldwide shipping and is family ran and operated. You can get their flavors for energy or simply just hydration from things like watermelon, mango, and raspberry, or even that American classic Rocket Pop. Yes, just like the popsicle. They also include a few options to help sleep. Hopefully they bring back a personal favorite flavor of mine, Cream Dream. It's orange, guys. Don't make it weird. You can also get Poggers brand shakers and even bundled deals at a great price. Anyway, use my affiliate link down below or use code POGHERO at checkout to save 10% off your order. So live that Poggers lifestyle. So let's get on with the video. It felt as if DX12 was more impactful on the CPU even when I turned off Nanite and Lumen, so I decided to switch over to DX11 for the high preset, which seemed to treat the i7 4770K a little bit better, which is the way it felt, as seeing a little less usage on the CPU. Though, I could easily chalk it up to either Fortnite and or Unreal Engine 5 just not playing nice with older CPUs. So Lost Ark has its VSync setting hidden, so if you actually want to unlock its FPS, you're going to open the Nvidia control panel and turn off VSync in 3D settings and programs. Does a game like this need its FPS unlocked? Not really, but I'd like to see how it can get pushed. So I'm happy I could test Battlefield 6 using Redsec, the Battle Royale mode, but I wish there was a solo queue. Anyway, medium ran perfectly fine, and the only other thing I had issues with was just enabling secure boot on this motherboard. I have no idea why, but it took a couple attempts to get that working. For Resident Evil, and most games, I typically stick to presets just for the ease of it. Now for prioritized graphics and balanced presets, there was a few stutters that would freeze the game for a moment, which distracted even me. So I tried recommended, and the stutters were maybe 1 or 2 stutters during my benchmark, and it didn't stop the game completely. Also, for pre-rendered cutscenes, having it at 4K for whatever reason echoed the audio.
September 30th, 1998.
So switching it to Full HD remedied that. All these games are played at native resolutions, most of them averaging 60 FPS. Now if you really want to push those 1% lows a bit higher, try using upscaling and potentially limiting the FPS to 60 for the most consistent experience. What can I say? Well, the i7 4770K is a bottleneck for the GTX 1080 the majority of the time, though surprisingly, it held up kinda well. On paper, it should be a good budget chip, 4 cores and 8 threads being the minimum for gaming CPUs, running with 3.5 GHz with a boost of 3.9, it even has AVX2, so it can launch just about any modern program and games. But you have to remember that this chip came out 12 years ago. Architecturally, it's ancient and slower than all modern budget chips. Even if it can launch and run most games, some games will just simply disagree with something this old. Take Fortnite for example. As for the GTX 1080, I still have the majority of my opinions from my standalone review of this card. It may have lost game ready drivers, but at the moment, and probably for the next year or even 2, this card has the grunt to get through most games, especially free and esports titles. It is still a perfectly fine DX12 card and probably last you longer until games start requiring DX12 Ultimate, as well as more and more games slowly requiring ray tracing. Though if you can find the GPU for a decent price, then it's not bad, like it can still game. So, let me know if you have used any of these parts before. I'm Man Hero, something of a virtual YouTuber myself. Thumbs up if you like it, and thumbs down if you don't like it, or just hate me. Subscribe for more, or if you're just masochistic. See you next time. Bye bye.
That platinum chain with them diamonds in it. Where'd you get that Magnum Benz with them windows tinted? Who them girls you be with when you be riding through? Man, I ain't got nothing to prove. I paid my dues, breaking the rules and shake fools while I'm taking the cruise. Tell me who's your weed man and how do you smoke so good? You's a superstar, boy.